Hey guys, what's going on? This is the Kirbys. Thank you for watching our YouTube channel for us this evening as we film this, and we're dropping episodes every Tuesday where we talk for just a few moments about subjects that you guys have said mean something to you, and where we really feel passionate about encouraging people, across the country, about how to be better people of God, better parents, better husbands, better fathers, wives, etc. So we're going to be dropping episodes on Tuesdays that are strictly about subjects. So tonight's subject that we're going to be talking about is something actually that we kind of just dealt with this evening with our daughter Sage, and that is something I was tempted to do, and that is talking about complaining and about your kids and complaining when it comes to parenting. So this just a quick story. Tonight, Sage, our daughter, she's 15 months old. She is a great kid, but she has one thing she likes to do, and that is pull the electrical outlets out of the wall.
Well, that's not the only thing she likes to do. She likes to do dangerous things. She's a boundary pusher. She's an explorer, a climber, if any of y'all have those. Yeah. It's very stressful. She's had 2 broken bones in her short life, and they
were within like 4 weeks of each other, right?
Yeah, so that's what we're dealing with.
I taught her to jump too already, which is probably not a good idea.
Yeah, it's because we're going to the beach next week, and that's fun. But now she's climbing and jumping.
It's a little
and
wild.
licking electric outlets like tonight.
It's a little wild here right now.
Mm-hmm.
But so we want to talk about this subject because a lot of our friends and people who are our peers just really struggle with dealing with children. I mean, it's a new thing for a lot of people, not a lot of us. We all struggle in some ways. And it's this tension that we all face. And so one of the first things when we found out we were pregnant with Sage, I'll let Faith talk about this in a second, is we made a commitment as a couple to not complain. That was one thing. We were really grateful to be pregnant and have a child. Something we had talked about for so long, and one of our first things on dates we talked about was having kids. And so we made this commitment to not complain because we wanted to see God's goodness in all things. And I know that sounds like cliche, but that's something we literally made a commitment to do. And so I'll let Faith talk a little bit about that.
So in everything, you can find something to complain about. You can usually find something if you're looking for it. So if that is something to complain about, it's easy. If it's something to be thankful for, it's easy, usually. It just takes the right perspective. So right whenever we got pregnant, Alex was telling a friend of ours that we were expecting, how excited we were, and a literal stranger walks up to him.
At the bank?
At the bank I was working at, but I think I must have been... I wasn't working there anymore.
No, you had just quit.
We had just quit because we found out we were pregnant, and they weren't going to pay for the pregnancy. But anyway, that's another story. Mm-hmm. But the stranger at the bank walks up to him and is like, "Hey, I heard you're expecting. Sleep all you can. Live life while you can." And he shut it down because my husband is awesome and does not deal with that kind of stuff.
Made a scene.
He shut it down and said, "How dare you speak about my unborn child like that?" Did we know what we were getting into as far as not sleeping? No. But did we want to go into it with that negative point of view? Absolutely not. So 9 months later, we have Sage. She didn't like sleep, at least alone. So we had Sage, and we had a crib, a cute little bassinet, literally never got used. Her entire first year of life, she stayed awake. Her entire first year of life, she was awake 8 times every night.
Yeah,
no exaggeration.
At least.
Minimum 8 times. That was really hard. We didn't prepare for that. We didn't know what to do. So I was like, okay, she must just want to be beside us. So we brought her to our bed. That led to a lot of me being upset with him, because whenever he would just roll over like a normal human being.
Or snore.
Or like a little snoring. I would be so mad because she would wake up immediately and want me to put her back to sleep, and he would just go on his merry way sleeping, rolling over. So it caused a lot of issues between me and him, at least on my side. I was very, what's the word? Resentful. And he was blissfully unaware, kind of. He was like, man, how many times was she up last night? I'm like, 8 times.
6, yeah.
And so that's where the complaining really could have easily come in, and I would have been justified in that. And no one would have said, wow, Faith, you're being really negative. They'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But we didn't. We talked about it, and we were committed to holding each other accountable. We're like, no, I'm so thankful she loves us that much that she wants us to be with her all the time. I'm so thankful she's waking up because she must have been hungry, and I'm glad that she knew she was hungry and isn't dehydrated now. There are so many ways to look at it and be thankful, especially for people struggling with infertility or whose children may have passed away from SIDS. Those are types of things where you're like, I wish I had a baby to wake up to, or I wish my baby woke up when they were hungry because they might have been dehydrated. I don't know, but it's easy to, when you're stuck on yourself, be self-centered, complain because you only see your situation. And it really just shows immaturity whenever people complain, because in the grand scheme of things, we have it good. And so we've just tried in parenting, there's always something that's probably not going your way, but we've just tried to look at it on the bright side, and, you know, just show joy, show the love of Christ. Like, if anything, we woke up this morning and that was a gift.
And that sounds, everyone thinks that, but especially with our kids, I think the reason why our country, you know, the family's falling apart is because people don't see the blessing and the joy in family anymore. It becomes a job. So
and just the mundane things.
The little things. There's a couple good verses to kind of wrap this up, and that's Ephesians 4:29 says, let no corrupting talk come out of your mouths, only what is good and edifying to others and builds people up. And so that's a great verse. Let nothing come out of you that doesn't build up, so that's pretty obvious. And then 1 Thessalonians 5:18 says, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ. And again, really simple verses, but again, they give you that right vision and framework when you start your day. When you look at your kids, when you look at your spouse, and that says, be thankful, be grateful. Let no corrupt talk come out of our mouths. It's so easy in our world to let things, especially right now with all the hate and all the confusion going on in our world. So we just want to say that tonight. Hopefully you have a heart of gratitude and a vision of that God gives us, and that's praise. So thank you guys for watching this episode, and we will see you back Friday with the phase 2, right, of our property, where they're putting in the driveway this week.
If it doesn't rain.
If it does, it's raining pretty a lot. So
things can change drastically in parenting and in building a house, apparently. So
we're doing driveway, hopefully, and building like our pad to start concrete work on our house. So stay tuned for that. Alex and Faith, see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.